Vic.
Yeah, Justin Kresevic.
He's coming in here replacing Coach Ryan's son, Jake here, who was the 14th ranked wrestler at 157 pounds here.
Yeah, Justin Kresevic, not a bad wrestler himself, though. He actually last season filled in for Bo Jordan to begin last year's dual match season, went 10-10, and pinned Tyler Buckwalter of Kent State with just 14 seconds left in the third period. So we could see some late action here in this one as well.
Jake Danishek is no pushover, though, but he may have to be careful, though, as he's been wearing a knee brace all week leading up to this match. He might not be 100% going to this match here, so you just got to be careful.
Luckily for Indiana, they did have a couple days to rest, get some ice, do some weights.
Looks like Danishek's got a loose shoelace here. He's got to fix that up before he trips himself.
Yeah, and you see Nick Simmons, the assistant coach, coming out to the center of the mat for Indiana, checking out his athlete. A little bit of tape is all you need, really.
Yeah, tape him up.
He's got the one. Both socks are white, but he does have actually red tape over his left sock, so it looks like they're mismatched. Kind of describes Danishek's gritty, tough personality.
Yeah, you know, he was a D3 state champion for Ohio as a high schooler, and was actually a National Honor Society member and his senior class president in high school.
Yeah, you look at Danishek, 13-5 on the year with 2 major decisions, 1 decision, 1 technical fall, and 1 pinfall. So he could be keeping up this comeback for Indiana, trying to keep the momentum going into what the next matchup would be, which is Martin and
and Bo Jordan.
Martin and Bo Jordan.
Yeah, this matchup is going to be huge for IU to try and keep building on the momentum set up by Luke Blanton here. Oh, and it looks like Kresevic might be going for something here.
Yeah, Kresevic trying to get some points early.
And he shoves him out of bounds right there. Smart play by Danishek to get out of that.
And it looks like there may be some blood on the
it looks like
the lower nose of Danishek.
Looks like another bloody nose here from an IU wrestler.
Another injury for the already battered redshirt freshman.
These Ohio State guys are physical, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, Indiana already. We're still early on here, and they're already getting rid of their 5 minutes of blood time allowed. But this one should be cleaned up pretty quick. Just a little bit of stuff in the nose. Yeah,
it didn't look too bad. I believe he also he had a similar situation in his last matchup against. Actually, I think it was against Penn State. He also had an issue with the bloody nose.
Yeah, but Danishek, just a tough wrestler. He's from Lebanon, Ohio. Just that gritty part of Indiana where hard work and blue collar. And he really emulates that on the mat.
Oh, absolutely. He's just a physical wrestler. Just goes all out. Everything he does. He's a competitor. Nothing short of it.
He actually won his last match, too, over Cody Vanderhagen of Michigan, a 10-3 decision.
Yeah, along with Elijah Oliver, he was the other IU wrestler to win at Michigan.
Danishek's first 2 career Big Ten dual wins. And he's on a 2-win streak. We'll see if he can make it 3.
Yeah, to get his first 3 wins. He is a redshirt freshman here, so he's part of the Indiana youth movement going on today.
He's not just a red shirt. He's a red singlet, red sock, tape over the sock, red shoes, red everything, really. Red blood on his nose.
Yeah. And as these guys are also feeling each other out, Kresevic has a 2-1 lead over Danishek here. He's trying to establish position. And that's going to be a 2-point takedown there for Kresevic.
Making it 5-1 early on here. And you're looking at Kresevic, prior to Ohio State, he was the 3rd place finisher in his high school state tournament his senior year. 106-34 record in high school, including 49-7 his senior year, and a 2-time captain of his Solon team, nationally ranked, and finished 4th in 2012.
And a lot like what we saw in Elijah Oliver's matchup, Jake Danishek is using the boundary to his advantage here, trying to get out of some tough positions. As Kresevic is establishing himself early on. Oh, and he looks like he may have a takedown here as he tries to establish position behind Danishek.
Yeah, Kresevic just trying to tough this one out. Just a minute left here in the first. Already up 4 early on.
Yeah, Kresevic doing a great job filling in for Jake Ryan, and this is exactly what Tom Ryan could have hoped for.
Yeah, I think what the coach might have been thinking there with Jake Ryan sitting. Well, you've got another matchup on Sunday against number 24 Purdue. You've got to keep some of your guys fresh so you have a chance at winning that one.
Yeah. Purdue is no slouch either. Those guys can get it.
And then after Purdue, Penn State, and that will also be a tough test for them.
Oh, without question. And Penn State, the #1 ranked wrestling program in the country right now, with great wrestlers like Bo Nickel, among others. That team is just they rival Ohio State in their physicality.
Oh, absolutely. They're two of the most physical programs in the nation. They're really gritty, tough, Big Ten kind of teams, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly Big Ten style right there.
Big Ten football, Big Ten basketball, Big Ten wrestling, doesn't matter what sport it is. It's gritty, it's tough.
And speaking of which, it seems like Ohio State seems to be near the top in pretty much every sport, whether it be football. I mean, they're having a down year in basketball this year, but their wrestling program being ranked 7th right now according to Intermat. And
Kresevic with the option to start the...
Kresevic will start on the bottom for this second period, which means that Danishek will start on the bottom for the third.
Should he choose to do so.
Should he choose to do so. I assume he will.
It's a good strategy if you're trying to get escape points here.
Well, if Kresevic wants the bottom on in the second, you can bet that Danishek knows that that's Kresevic's favored position, so he's not going to want to give him that.
And plus, if riding time becomes a factor here, you may choose to take the top to try and take off some of that riding time.
Yeah. And early on, Kresevic, another early point, 6-2.
Yeah, it's still plenty of time though for Danishek to crawl back here, but he's got to start making this move pretty soon if he's gonna the way Kresevic has been going.
Yeah, they're really really going at it here. You've got Kresevic on his knees coming up, going for some more points as we got 1:20 left to go in the second.
You know, and these guys feeling each other out, resetting here, trying to establish position. Starting to interlock arms here, looking like they're about to butt heads a bit.
Yeah, you look at Danishek's redshirt season, he actually was the Greyhound Open champion, MSU Open 5th place, Eastern Michigan Open 2nd place. So he's no stranger to winning, but this is a whole nother beast, Ohio State.
Yeah. He's overall one of the less experienced wrestlers here on the Indiana squad. He gets a good takedown right there. Those are big points right there for Danishek as he establishes position on Kresevic.
And he's going to try to continue establishing position. You can see right on your screen.
Yeah, as I was saying before, Danishek being one of the less experienced wrestlers on the Indiana squad. But it's matchups. It's great for matchups like this against a tough Ohio State squad to build the experience and build up the toughness needed to face some of the other big dogs out there.
Yeah, Danishek's already faced off against some of the best wrestlers in the Big Ten. The number 3 ranked Jason Nolf against Penn State a few weeks ago lost 21-8 in a major decision. And after that, he faced off against number 19 Lou Mascola of Maryland and lost a tough decision 8-7.
And that experience will be very valuable for him as he continues his wrestling career, as he climbs his way up the ladder here.
He has 2-match winning streak on the line here as the PA announcer once again asks for the Hoosier fans to get on their feet.
Yeah, it's still a close one. I mean, only he could retake this lead with one move here.
Yeah, just 4 points is all that separates him from the lead.
Yeah, he could get a near fall here, and that'll put him right out in front. It looks like there's going to be a warning here for Kresevic moving a little early.
And a cross called on Danishek.
Danishek going to start out at the bottom. Going to go for those reverse points, which, should he get them, would be well needed. And they could go a long way towards reestablishing position here for Indiana in this matchup.
No question about that. As another point for an escape for Danishek. It's now within range of just a takedown will tie it for Danishek, 7-5.
That's exactly what you want if you're Jake Danishek here. Could not have started out this third round any better than he's been doing right now. Both guys are feeling each other out for this round.
And looking in terms of riding time at the end of the second, Danishek was trailing by 31 seconds, so he's got to try to win the advantage of riding time here, prevent Kresevic from getting a point for a riding time.
Yeah, so far he's in pretty good shape right now in terms of riding time, but he's got to be careful here. As it looks
just off the mat, no points though.
Crowd's getting a little rowdy here for not too pleased with the referee's decision to call it out of bounds.
Yeah, but that's how it goes. The new rule this year. If you're out of bounds, you're out of bounds. Doesn't matter if you're in a dominant position or not. You're out of bounds. And that might happen again right here. A stall warning on Kresevic.
Danishek keeping that 1 foot in bounds. That's huge.
It's all even 7-7 after 2 more points awarded to Danishek. With a minute left here.
This is what we're looking for. Danishek looking to complete the comeback here. Try and knock off Kresevic. giving Kresevic all he can handle here. It seems like as the match has gone on, Danishek's been getting stronger and stronger here.
And the referees are going to confer for a second, talk this one out as the wrestlers start in neutral position.
Goldman trying to get an explanation out of him here, but going to start out in the neutral position. Minute left here.
1 point awarded to Green. So that's Ohio State now leading 8-7. Danishek's going to have to come back from that again.
1 point difference though. That's easily recoverable.
Yeah, just 50 seconds left though.
Looks like a stalemate as it looks like more blood out of Danishek's nose here. It looks like his little nose plug popped out during that last grapple.
Yeah, looks like there might be a little bit of blood on the mat now. Surprised actually the refs haven't stopped it.
Probably going to clean that up pretty soon. Danishek trying to flip around, trying to get Sav's position behind him. He's got a leg. He goes to take down. He goes to take down, gets a 2-point.
Yeah, now you've got Danishek on top 9-7 and 30 seconds left.
He's got to hold his position here. He's going to pull out the upset. Yeah. And he's got Kresevic here. Kresevic's got to try and get this out of bounds. He can reestablish position if he's going to survive the next 20 seconds.
Yeah, just 17 seconds left. It's getting down to the wire. The crowd getting a little bit louder.
The crowd is getting on their feet here. They can smell it. They smell blood in the water here.
We've got 9 seconds to go, 7 seconds to go.
It looks like Danishek can feel it.
The third Big Ten win in a row for Danishek. Just 1 second to win. He's got it.
A huge win for Jake Danishek there to reestablish Indiana's confidence here.
Second win in a row for Indiana this meet. Third Big Ten dual win in a row for Jake Danishek.
What a comeback.
And Indiana goes from down 13-0 in the meet to 13-6. It's a whole new game here.
Huge for their confidence as Bryce Martin now takes on Bo Jordan. That was exactly what Indiana was looking for coming into this matchup.
Take a look at Danishek. He's still got blood. The red shirt with red everywhere.
You think he cares? Well, I think the blood's a good look for him, you know?
Yeah, I think they're going to get that cleaned up a little bit, but...
Yeah, as he runs into the locker room, looks like he's going to get himself cleaned up a bit.